Good morning, it's me, Sarah. It's me, you know who I am, it's me. Hi there, I'm Sarah, and most likely if you're watching this video, you know me personally, or you've already watched some of my videos, but in any case, it's 8:15 a.m. on Tuesday the 7th, and I'm on my way home. A coworker called in sick, and I worked on Monday, my normal 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then I was getting ready to go to bed last night at 9:15, and got a call saying that my coworker had called off. He's not feeling well. And did I want to work? And so I said yes, because his shift is the one I want to work. So anytime I get the opportunity to work it, I do. So anyway, I'm actually just, this is like a stream of consciousness video. Is that what it's called? Maybe just random thoughts. Really, honestly, the whole purpose behind this video right now is to keep me awake on my drive home. Because I'm very tired. Very, 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 very tired. I'm going to go on a little rampage about daylight savings real quick. I don't think it's necessary, and I don't like it, and I've had to work every single daylight savings for the last probably 6 years. Not a fan. People in the fall back get that extra hour of sleep, but when you work, nurses, you know, anybody who works overnights knows that you're going to sit there and you're going to watch the clock. It's going to say 1:59, and then all of a sudden it's going to be 1 a.m. again. And in my job, sometimes the computers kind of freak out. And then you sit there and you watch it go all the way back around again. And so people keep asking me, well, you got paid for the extra hour, right? I'm like, it wasn't an extra hour, like, oh boy, I got an extra hour. I had to sit there and work it. Now, in the spring, whenever the clocks go forward, and if I have to work that, then, which I imagine I will, I do get an extra hour of pay, because I get to leave at what would be the new normal time. You know, I leave on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., and so, and you know, really it's, what, 9 a.m.? Anyway, I don't know, it's so confusing. So I'm tired. I'm just flat out tired. That's my point. That's my point. I worked the weekend. My schedule's kind of crazy. I used to do this schedule every weekend, and now I'm every other weekend, which is kind of why I was hoping I wouldn't have to do daylight savings fallback. I thought maybe it would go to somebody else. I was sincerely hoping, but no, it didn't. So anyway, I work, I go in Friday night at 11 p.m. and I work until Saturday at 3, which is a 16-hour shift. And then I go in Saturday night at 11 p.m. So I have an 8-hour break. And then I work, right now I'm working Saturday night, 11 p.m. till Sunday at 8. I used to do 11 p.m. to 3, 11 p.m. to 3. So it was 2 16-hour shifts. But I'm not any spring chicken, and I can't do that anymore. So right now, I mostly work days, but every other weekend I have this schedule where I work the 16-hour shift, and then I have an 8-hour break, and then I work 11 p.m. to 8. So then I get to go to church and Sunday school, but I've been up all night long, so I'm just tired. And then daylight savings, so then, so it was actually like working 11 to 9, and then going to church. It does something to you mentally to watch the time go backwards and relive the whole hour, because you know it was 2 o'clock, and then all of a sudden it's 1 o'clock. Anyway, so then church, lunch, I'm always always super tired on my work weekends, after my work weekend. And so I usually go to bed really early on Sunday nights, and then I work every Monday at 8 to 3, which is fine. I live pretty far away from where I work. So anyway, Monday night I got home and I made supper, and I worked on some editing some videos. My husband and I watched A Big Bang Theory episode, and The Middle, and I Dream of Jeannie. I have an app on my tablet, my Android tablet. It's called Droid TV, and it lets me put shows on my tablet. They'll download on Wi-Fi, and then it doesn't use any data. It's like stored in its memory. And so we started I Dream of Jeannie at season 1, episode 1, and I think that show came out in 1965, and same with The Middle and The Big Bang Theory, and we just alternate between those 3 shows right now. And from, like I said, season 1, episode 1, we've just been going through it. So we watched those episodes and had dinner, and then I edited some videos, and I was just getting ready to go to bed when I got the call. So I've been up, let's see here, I got up at 6:30 yesterday, Monday morning, to get ready to go to work, and so it's now 8:20. So I've been up for more than 24 hours, and like I said, I'm no spring chicken. But I'm actually kind of afraid I might fall asleep if I don't do something, hence this video. So there's something that I did want to really actually do a video on. Doing a women's Bible study. It's at the church, and it's it's a study based with Bible verses, but it's called Keep It Shut. It's something Proverbs 31 Ministry put out. And so it's not like actually studying the Bible, but it's learning to what the Bible says about your words and how it affects everything. Regarding that, something that we're in the first chapter of it, something that I came away with. This is on Wednesday, so it was last Wednesday evening that we had our group, our women's Bible study, and women's small group. That's what I'm trying to say. Small group study. Anyway, one of the things that really just resonated with me was pause before you pounce, and it really resonated with me, and I'll come back to that. But another thing, when I was doing the homework part of the study, it said that in the Bible it says over 3,500 times it talks about words, mouth, what was it? Everything related to speaking, speech. It's like a whole list of words. But 3,500 times it talks about that. That kind of stuff. Being silent, or when to speak up, how to speak, that kind of thing. So, that was, pretty profound. So on last Wednesday, we were going through verses in James. I think it was James 3. Talks about how basically the tongue is poison, and that we should not speak negatively with the same tongue that we worship our Father God. And so one of my best friends says, her pastor says, if you can't say amen, you got it, or if you can't say amen, you got to say ouch. Like, ouch. Yeah. So, come on, dude. The speed limit's 55. Why are we going 47? I mean, I don't mind taking it easy and all that, but it would be nice to just be able to go the speed limit. Okay. So that person turned and didn't use their turn signal, but that's why they were going so slow. Pause before you pounce. So words are powerful. Words have lasting impact and lasting effect. And don't say something in the heat of the moment when you're angry. What was it? Don't say something like, I don't remember exactly how it goes. Don't say something permanent in a temporary state of anger. That kind of thing. So, that especially has been going through my mind with my son, my family, pausing before I speak. But for some reason, I wasn't relating it to coworkers and things at work when I really should. But anyway, so I'm working on internalizing that into everything, like when I'm driving. To just be more thoughtful and more purposeful. And one of the other things that this study has in the back as a resource is what is gossip and what isn't gossip. I struggle with gossip. Oh my gosh, I struggle with gossip so much. And so one of the things it talks about is basically gossip is, the definition of gossip is if it's malicious or harmful or intentionally slandering someone. That if you're talking about someone, and if you're relaying information about something or someone, a situation, and you are using facts, you are lifting them up as, or talking about the situation in a positive way, that's not considered gossip according to this book. But if you are sharing something that you weren't meant to share, if someone said don't tell anybody and you share that information, that's gossip. If you're sharing something that you probably shouldn't, even though they didn't say, please keep this to yourself, that's gossip. So I struggle with gossip because I like to hear, what's going on, especially at work. Not so much anywhere else, but at work. I have, the grocery store. At the grocery store, I will stand in the grocery aisle and read the fronts of the magazines to find out what's going on. And I know I shouldn't. I know it's wrong. And I don't want that to be me. Somehow it's just almost irresistible. So, like, I'm having to learn to pause before I pounce with my words. I need to pause before I partake in reading about other people and listening about other people and sharing about other people. It was nice, though, to have actually some real guidelines, because sometimes I will say something about someone else, but not in a negative way. And because I'm talking about someone else, I just assumed it was gossip. But, you know, there have been plenty of times whenever I've talked about someone and I've talked about them in a very positive way to someone else. That person wasn't there. And so that, according to this resource, isn't gossip. And I kind of thought that it was. So I thought that was interesting. But, oh, I'm sure you're having a hard time hearing me, and I'm sorry for the quality. I'm on the interstate. I've got about almost 30 miles on the interstate, and it's noisy, and today it's 39 degrees outside right now. I think the high's supposed to be in the 50s though, which is nice, but it's windy. I can feel the wind. So yeah, hungry. I've been doing videos on weighing. I've been weighing myself about weekly. Sometimes it's a little more than a week, but you know, regularly. And I've been tracking what I eat, and in the effort to lower my blood sugar and decrease my weight, because they're related. If you decrease your weight, you're going to lower your blood sugar. Your blood sugar should get lower. But when I work overnight, like my weekends, every other weekend that I work, normally I would be asleep for a good portion of the time that I'm actually awake on those weekends, and so I get hungry. You use way more energy and need the fuel to when you're not sleeping. So that's something I'm struggling with. And my blood sugar, I can't stay away from the sugar. That is something. I was, they did blood work. They did blood work in like May and said, all right, you're diabetic now. I've been pre-diabetic for years, which that simply means that my AC1, I think it's called, level had reached above the acceptable limit for what is, you're diabetic if you're 6.5, and I had been 6.4 for quite a long time, and before that lower. It just been gradually creeping up for years. So in May, and so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be diabetic, and I stopped eating all sugar. I just stopped doing it. And so I did May and June and July and August, and then in September I'm like, let's just see how sugar affects your blood sugar now. It's been a few months. I know if I take one bite of sugar, one bite, that it's going to be all I can think about. It's going to be all that I want. It's going to be a struggle for the whole day to stay away from it. I know this about myself. Why did I think that it was a good idea to try and find out how that would affect me? I mean, it is a good idea to know how food affects what you eat is affecting your blood sugar. That is a good idea. Everything. But we don't need sugar. Our bodies don't need sugar. Ain't nobody got no need for that. Oh, so yeah, I'm hungry because I've been up all night long. I've been up for 24 hours. So I'm trying to I'm trying to tell myself that I'm not hungry, that I'm going to go home and sleep for a few hours, and then I can, fix supper. But I'm not really buying that, because I need to go. This is my normal day off today, until the weekend. When I work a weekend, then I'm off the following weekend, so I'm off this coming weekend. But I needed to go to the grocery store today, and the library today, and the dollar store today, and part of me just wants to do it before I go home, so that when I get home I don't have to go anywhere again. I know that I'm not going to want to get up later and go, but I'm so tired right now. I just need to, I need to sleep. But 8:35, the dollar store, I think Aldi's opens at 8:30 or 9. No, it's probably 9. And the dollar store opens at 9. And I have to have something for supper tonight. So either because they'll be open about the time I get back to town, either I go to the store, those 3 places, or I go home and set my alarm for if I set my alarm for 3 o'clock, then I'll have to get up and go to the store and the library and go to the grocery store, because and I'll be hungry then too, because I haven't eaten yet. And normally when I'm not up all night long, I have 1 meal a day. It had been noon, but I'm trying to transition to 5 p.m. But here's the problem. I was up all night long Friday night, Saturday night, and Monday night. So that's 3 nights that I've been up, okay? And so I ate at 5 o'clock last night with my husband. We had supper. And then I wasn't hungry all night long. I'm hungry now, though. And I don't think I can wait until 5 o'clock tonight to eat. It's already been, how many hours has it been? I don't know. My brain can't even function that right now. Anyway. So then what am I going to do? I'll get up at 3 o'clock and I've been eating, I have pre-cut vegetables. My husband eats them all day long when he's driving in his truck, but I have them when I'm fixing supper because I'm hungry and I don't want to sabotage myself with sugar. So I could eat those at 3 when I got up. That might hold me over. I think I'm going to make chili, because that's super easy and everybody likes it. Let's see here. I'll get home at 9 o'clock. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. If I can sleep, of course, you don't go right to sleep when you get home. But anyway, if I can sleep from 10 to 3. But if I go to the store and I get home at 10, then I can sleep until 4:30. I just don't want to go out again later. I know I'm tired, but I don't want to go out again later. I don't like being away from home for long periods of time. I'm a homebody. Got 20 minutes to figure it out, so weigh-in video because, like, normally I would do it today. I'm probably going to have to do it when I do my weigh-in video. I like to put makeup on. I'm not doing that today. Somehow it makes me feel better to talk about how fat I am whenever I have makeup on. Anyway, I'll probably have to do that. I'll probably end up doing it on Sunday because I'll be wearing makeup on Sunday for church. But that'll be like 2 weeks because I did my last one on Sunday. So if I had done it today, it would have been 9 days. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I keep hitting a certain point and then bouncing up a little bit, and then I get back down to it, and bouncing up again. I'm trying really, really, really hard, even though I'm eating sugar, to keep my calories at 1,500. I do pretty good keeping it at 1,500, but if I want to lose weight and reduce my blood sugar, I'm using intermittent fasting to control my blood sugar because that's supposed to help with insulin resistance. I've actually got a blood test. Oh, I need to do that today too. No, I can do my blood test after work. I have to remember to call the doctor's office. Actually, I'm going to call them now and make sure that the paperwork is there so I don't have to wait. I might even be able to do it before work. Anyway, by the time I get home, it's 4 o'clock. They're still open until 5, so yeah. Thank you for helping me stay awake. I'm going to get off here and call my doctor's office and yeah, just remember to pause before you pounce so you don't end up regretting you know, the speaking out of anger or spite. Have a good day. I'll see you.